So I didn't know it would move up. I had it set, you know, when you crank it up, of course, it moved it. So let's see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and core drill all these and then set it up. Now, after the drill bit's done, which you've seen what I did, we go to the reamer. Now, on the drill bit, I usually go about, I don't know, 3 thousandths under. And remember, the drill bit or the rough cut leaves grooves inside the head bolt hole. This high-speed reamer straight flute cut, what it does is it goes in there and takes the ripples out, makes it a fairly smooth passage. The reamer, though, is set to $4.99 and the tube is 500 to 501. The reason why is so I can custom fit the tube after this reamer is run through it with sand rolls to get the right amount of crush with the epoxy so that it's got the perfect fit. I'm going to let you see how I got the reamer. I got her set up. Let's go ahead right now and turn the reamer through. All we do is make a real quick pass up and down that takes the little ripples that the drill bit has in it with these straight flute ends, so that way I can go in there with the sand roll and just kiss off on it and get the perfect amount of crush. Now that this is complete right here, the next part I'll show you on the ProMaxx head how I go in there and sand roll the tube and compress it. And once I got that cut, bombs away. We can go in here, cut the wall out. I did want to give you a close-up on something I thought was pretty interesting. The thing that I noticed is the large amount of meat. If you look at where I cut for the tube right here, look at how there's a very large chunk of meat up here. They did this part really good. They put more than enough meat where you could turn this into a 200 raised runner without a problem. From my understanding, in the spring pockets, they're going to add 80 thousandths right here, and the newer ones will be a 200 raised runner option with a lot bigger port. So hopefully the port designs and the shapes that I'm going to put into this will be some stuff that ProMaxx uses on their 220s, 230 or 240s with the tubes. I don't know if they'll actually make one that is a tubed head or whatever. Of course, that's up to him. I don't mind sharing my knowledge on this because that we've got a China type head of this quality and are able to get a 200 raised runner out of this without a lot of work is fantastic. I might add too that when I was cutting this with the drill bit and the reamer, the feel that I got on the drill press after years of doing this, you can feel as you're pushing this stuff down, you can just feel how good literally that the material is. And this is very similar, the feel, to a Brodex, AFR, or Dart. With the Pro Comp heads, I mean, it'll just cut right through easier than butter because it's not true 356. This stuff is a lot harder, and you could just tell how much more effort it took when I run the reamer through it, which, man, that makes me feel good because that means I'm going to have a good crush and a good compression on the tubes. All right, we'll get on to the next step here, which is honing them for the tubes. To finish up setting up for the tube on the ProMaxx head, typically what I do to get it reasonably close, like I said, notice when I take the tube, I go shove it, look, it'll barely go in. All right, what I want to do here is get it where it's got a little bit of pressure. Now she's stopping, so I can't go no further. I take a sand roll, about 100 grit, take a couple of passes, and then start pushing it down until I get it where it'll barely go through. Now, one thing to keep in mind, as you're doing it, you want to turn the head around and rotate this thing and come and hit it from the other side so that it don't have an egg shape to it. Okay, let me make sure I got you focused on it. Alright, yeah, it's pretty close. Alright, now when it gets just right, I should be able to come through. See, I can't even get it to go in on that side, but it was fairly loose on the top. Believe me, you only want to make 1 or 2 strokes at a time to be able to do it, because you sit there and you start buzzing it too much, next thing you know, boom, the tube will slide right through and then you're in trouble. Now the epoxy will take care of it, but having a good press fit along with, there we go, that's it. Look at that, that is perfection. It will barely go through. See the nudge, that means it's got press fit. Now when you put that epoxy on the tube and in the hole, what I do, I put it in the tube and then put it on the tube itself in the tube hole. Man, it makes it so hard it actually has to be driven in. I've made a tube driver for this. So now it is ready for me to go in here, tear the walls out, straighten it out, raise the roof, and do what I got to do. I'm going to let you see that one more time. Let's take a look. There's the other one. Now watch how I do it. Now this time I'm going to hit this side first. I'm estimating that what I got is about 1/1000 to 1.5 brush. That's about where I want it set at. Okay. Now let's turn it around to the other side. Let me make sure I got the camera on it so you can see it. Well, I was off just a touch. Alright. And I'll take on this side right here and hit it. take the tube and fit it. See, that's starting to go in. Oh, wow, look here. Almost. Wow. Yeah, she went through. This is really... Alright, I got it perfect on top. See, you have to turn them around. You just got to get that perfect fitment. And let's go back again. Sorry about moving around the camera, guys. I've been out here for quite a bit now. Okay, now. That's it. We now have one head perfectly fit for the tubes, ready to begin to work. And I've already docked on the side end, but I'm going to stop now. That was tube installation, and I'm going to start showing you how the runners are set up for either standard or 200 thousandths raised location. Comment on the casting marks, what I'm seeing on the head, which is really beautiful. I got a lot of things to point out. All right, that's all for now.